What's going on, guys? Welcome to an episode of the Black Queer Culture Show. My name is James Patrick, and I am going to be your host doing the most. And I'm so excited to get this thing started. This was a thing before. A couple of years ago, I set out to start a podcast, and I had things to say, but I was very nervous about how to say them.
Mm.
I also had to take into account that I was on live television every week. And although I've always been a very free spirit, you have to maintain a sense of decorum, when you're on local media
Right.
television in the state of South Carolina. And being the only queer person on local television in the state of South Carolina, you've got to be really, 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 you got to have a lot of well planned execution. So I took some time and I took a break to figure out what exactly I wanted to talk about
Mm.
and how open I was going to be with what I was going to talk. Because, contrary to popular belief, although I've lived in media for a long time, I've been on TV since Michael Jackson died, and I've still been very, very guarded with my personal life and a lot of nuances about pertaining to my interpersonal life. But I feel that one of the biggest ways to engage the audience that I know that I'm able to engage, and I'm sure you uh, can agree to this, Daya, is that you've got to be your authentic self.
Absolutely.
If you don't bring your authenticity, you're really not bringing the art that your most authentic self can create. And so, this being the first episode after a 3-year hiatus, crazy. I've gone through so much, but it's been good stuff.
Hmm.
And I am so excited to get back on this train. And so my guest for the day is the one, the only, the incomparable singing. He's been a creative his entire life. I know this firsthand because I've been watching him his entire life. The one, the only DAYA Carter.
I'm so glad to be here.
So glad to have you here. And I really wanted to choose a lot of the guests I aimed to choose were people that I had somewhat of a personal connection with, history with,
Hmm.
people that I could look at and not feel like, oh my God, I don't know how to read this
Right.
person. We can just have a regular schmegular conversation. Um, and the Black Queer Culture Show is an open space for you to express yourself
Hmm.
to the best of your ability. And so I just had a few. I really wanted. What I really want to do is get to know you, the artist, and kind of how you transformed into who you are now. Give me, without me having third person view, give me in the audience a rundown of who you are, where you came from.
All right. Well, like you said, I'm Daya. I am an artist. I don't like to box myself in to say I'm an R&B singer or a rapper or a dancer. I love art in every form. And before I go further into that, I just want to say we've known each other since I was 12 years old. And you, Richard, and Riley are the reason y'all are my foundation. Y'all are the reason why I am me today because I saw y'all and I wanted to be just like y'all at 12. And now here we are, and you are doing amazing things and have been doing amazing things.
Thank you.
And one thing I've taught myself, and something that I pride me on owning this, since you asked who I am, I've learned that you don't always have to be so humble. So I'm so proud of you for all that you're doing and the example that you set for me and so many people that saw
Thank
you
you.
be amazing. And I want to say that's part of the reason why I'm so great at what I do today because I had such a great example. So shout out to you. Thank you. And that's pretty much me. Like, I am art, I am music, I am living in color, I am me.
I love it.
Thank
Where did you what was the flame that the spark that kind of lit the flame for you? Like how did you know you wanted to segue into like music professionally?
So I started off in drag when I was in college, my freshman year of college. I'd never been to a gay club before.
Yeah.
And I was in Greenville, South Carolina. They had this club called the Pink Castle.
Yes.
And for the longest, I dated this guy, and it was just like clubs were off limits. We're not going to the club. We're not doing that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. But after we broke up, my friends were like, "You have to get out of this bed. A, because you need to go to class before you get kicked out of school. And
Okay.
secondly, you're not gonna find another man laying in here." So I got dressed. Outfit was horrendous. Now that I'm looking back on it, it was a plaid shirt, a purple paisley bow
Yes,
tie,
Paisley.
denim shorts, and gray toms. And that's how we
Yes.
went to the club. And I saw all of these different queens performing. And I'd never seen a drag queen in person before. And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm Beyonce. I can do this. And y'all making money. Like, I'm a broke college student. We trying to live. And I'm like, okay, y'all are getting tips. I want to try. And so, about a month later, I did my first drag show at the castle. And it was Sunday, April 28th. And that has been Daya's birthday every year since then because I was telling everybody I was 21, so they'd buy me shots when I was 18.
Uh-huh.
And so I celebrate my birthday twice a year. And after I did drag for so long, I got tired of people calling me a Beyonce wannabe because I love B. Like B
Mm-hmm.
is she's that girl.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I fall out with somebody, it turns into, oh, you a Beyonce wannabe, you'll never be Beyonce, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut the drag and started making my own music. So
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I got here.
Wow. Where did the name Daya come from?
So when I was little, I had a fairy godmother.
Yes.
And my fairy godmother was Daya. Now, where she came from, I don't know. I have no idea what made me say, I want a fairy godmother. Like, I can see her. I see myself in my room. I see my Michael Jackson and my Beyonce posters on the wall. I
Uh-huh.
see my red comforter, my purple sheets, and I see this fairy godmother that I created. And then once I decided I wanted to do drag, I went through all different kinds of names, and I think it was Basketball Wives that Drea Michelle used to be.
Okay, yeah.
I loved her. I thought she was beautiful. I
Her
thought
body
she
was
was
tea.
just it. And my friends were like, "Why don't you let your drag name be Drea?" I'm like, "No, that's already Daya." And so I
Oh,
brought her back to life.
I love it. I love it. Um, so did you ever go back into drag? Did you ever kind of like
No, so the last time I did drag was in 2018,
mm-hmm,
and that was when I don't remember exactly what shifted in me, but it was like a transition in life in general. And so I had to just remove a lot of people,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't necessarily all beef or all negative, but sometimes you just outgrow people and outgrow
Oh, yeah.
situations. And a lot of the people that I removed didn't like that they were removed from my life and from my presence. And that's where all of the "you want to be Beyonce" hate came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I packed up, I moved to Texas and
Wow, you moved to Texas?
San Antonio
When the hell did you move to Texas?
in 2018. I packed up, I flew to Texas for my 24th birthday because I had never been on an airplane before. And I had just lost my little cousin to cancer at 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, his first time getting on an airplane was to go to St. Jude's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's not promised.
Mm-hmm.
I put Texas, New York, and LA in a hat. I
Mm-hmm.
pulled Texas out. I called some of my family and friends in Texas, like, hey, I'm coming to Texas for the weekend. I've never been before. Show me around.
Mm-hmm.
Got to Texas, was sick the whole time. Like, I don't know if I got sick on the airplane,
Oh my
sick
God.
from food. And so I called my job. I was like, hey, I'm going to stay a few more days because I didn't get to experience anything. Those next few days, I fell in love with San Antonio.
Really?
I came back home. I told my parents, hey, life is hard. In 30 days, I'm moving to Texas to start over. And they were like, no, you're not. 27 days later, I packed my house up into my little red Beetle I used to have, and I drove from South Carolina to San Antonio and did not look back.
Wow.
And my first night in Texas, I went to what's San Antonio's basketball team? The Spurs? The Rocks?
San Antonio Spurs.
Went to a
Yeah.
Spurs game. And Crazy in Love played while I was there. And
Yeah.
it's 2018. Crazy in Love came out in 2003. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a sign. This is where I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be. This is my
Yeah.
theme song. 2 nights later, I saw Megan Thee Stallion live at a club.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't I'm not even going to push it. We connected, da da da. I have videos with Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And she brought me up on stage. nothing serious.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing her in person, just living in her element, red
Mm.
hair, bodysuit, I said, I want to rap. And I never got into rap again. I started writing my own music.
Wow.
Yep.
Was there a predecessor to rap? Like, were you writing poetry? Did you have a journal or?
No. I've sang all my life. You know, what we
Yeah.
all do. We grew up in church, singing in the
Yes. Loving the
choir.
Lord. Yes.
And I never, I always knew I wanted a platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I wanted to be someone for the next generation of young me to look up to,
Yeah.
but I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Uh-huh.
Like I started off on Instagram playing my keyboard every now and then because I play by ear or making little funny skits. But once I experienced that moment up close, like just seeing how many people loved Megan and how much fun she was having, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm cute. I'm a little ratchet. I can do this. I,
Yeah.
I want to rap.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Wow. I think it's I love to hear the logistics, like the background on how an artist sort of creates the character
Mm,
because it's not an overnight process. It's it's literally something that you pulled and plucked over time.
mm-hmm,
You know, when I started, James Patrick the Fitness Guru, I was literally piggybacking off of Richard the Stylist
mm,
because we, were both broken in school around the same time. And although the name preceded the personality because that took time to create, I can say that I pulled so much from so many characters, from Beyonce to but I love trill music. So I from
mm-hmm.
Future and being able to mesh all those personalities,
Right.
into one because no matter what you're doing, I believe if you're on stage, you're performing,
Absolutely.
and um
Every time you leave your house,
you are
with the way the world is now, you
yeah,
have to be able to put a face on.
yeah,
Or like I tell my kids in my house, when y'all walk out of this house, step into your alter ego because you
mm-hmm,
never know what the world is going to throw at you to try to knock you
yes,
down. Because my kids
yeah,
are like me. I have a son, 6'1", with braids that stop right here, right now.
mm-hmm,
And he's so confident and he's so beautiful to me, but to a blind eye or a stranger, you just see another black little gay boy. So
mm-hmm,
when you walk out of this house, you're performing. You
mm-hmm,
cannot care about what the naysayers say. So
yeah.
I completely identify with what you just said.
Yeah, it's there. There's a performative measure that comes into play, and I also believe like having the background that we've had
Hmm.
coming from Shaw's Mile and Talent. I think every child that was in that era has grown up to be some type of performer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean, in their own right. And I circle back to a lot of the people that we were in there with around that time, and a lot of them are mothers, fathers, and they're grown up, but there's still a flair
Hmm.
of performance, a performer in them that I can see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't really go away. What what is something about your personality that you think people may misconstrue?
I think the biggest misconception when it comes to me is that I'm DAYA Carter all of the time.
Yeah,
Like people see the glitz and the glam
yeah,
and just like me on stage, like me at Pride is not me at Walmart.
right.
Because when I'm at Pride, I'm at work. So
Mm-hmm.
no matter what is going on, I'm smiling, I'm bubbly, I'm happy, and I'm ready to take a picture. Because
Mm-hmm.
people are always going to grab, like, hey, can I get a picture? Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And like the perfect example, my first year headlining South Carolina Pride, my uncle had just passed the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to his funeral, sang 2 songs, changed in my car, and drove straight to Pride. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, Donovan has to leave this in this vehicle right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on this stage,
Mm-hmm.
get through the show,
Mm-hmm.
and then afterwards, you can get back in this car and pick your feelings up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people forget that us being in the public eye,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
And people expect me to always just be like, Beyonce and yes, and da 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 da. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, no, when I'm home,
Mm-hmm.
I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm grocery shopping, I'm grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And so even like in dating, guys will meet me at an event or in the club, and they
Same.
expect me to just be this fun,
Yeah.
sassy
Yeah.
all the time.
All the fucking
And
time.
I'm just like, no.
No.
Some days I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And also sometimes I have bad days. Like some days I don't feel like talking. Some days I've been in rehearsal for 6 hours and that's just straight music and the same song over and over again. And so when I get home, I want it to be silent. I ride in silence a lot of the
Oh,
time.
come on.
Because it's just like I'm always around
Yes.
sound.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the biggest thing people don't understand. And I have to tell people straight up, like, Dale Carter is not a person. Just like Tyler Perry is not Medea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a job. That is a costume. That is an act. I am not y'all's Beyonce when I'm not on Instagram and not on stage. I am literally Donovan Singleton and I'm chilling. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. So many loaded gems in that. I mean, the performative measure. But I really think it resorts back to people believing that their perception is in fact. And in a lot of ways it is. You know, your perception is your reality. How you perceive things is the reality of it for you.
Right.
And, you know, being on television, constantly having been on, you know, I was on radio for 6 years. I've, you know, been on television for over a decade. And I can't tell you how often, and I can't tell you how long it took me to realize that people were interested in James Patrick, you know, the fitness guru, the guy they saw on TV. They weren't interested in getting to, and the reason they weren't interested in getting to know the like me was because they thought that they'd already learned so much. You know, they think they know so much about you based on, you know, a 20-minute set, you know, or when you being on stage. They believe that, oh, I know him.
Right.
Oh, I mean, so when I see him, it's, you know, I'm at Walmart.
I'm at Walmart.
I
don't want to take a picture. I will, but I literally just left Planet Fitness.
Yes. And I really want to take a shower.
But Walmart was on the way home, so I stopped.
Here I am.
Literally.
Here I am. And now I got to fucking, you know, talk to you about, you know, how badly you need to lose weight. It's like, or being out. You ever been out? Yeah. Oh my God. Like, don't be out and catching a buzz, or, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to ride a wave. It is 11:45.
I'm literally just trying to make that man across the room mad. I don't want to talk to you about that feature you asked me for.
Don't want to talk about it.
Not right now.
Don't want to talk about it.
I don't conduct business when I've been drinking. And sweetie, I've had shots.
I've had shots. You know what I'm saying?
But when you do that, then you're mean. You're nasty.
Yeah.
You're unapproachable. Yeah. So then it's like, oh my God, it's so good to see you too. Yes, DM me. Send me the music. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, like, I'm not fake about anything. It really does make me so excited when people recognize me.
Yes.
And it makes me so happy when people want to work with me.
Yes.
So it's never, I think I'm bigger than the program or above the moment. I'm just human. I'm just human. And sometimes I really am in the club to piss somebody off. Yeah. And not in here to network.
Really not.
So it's like, it's never anything personal. Again, it's never that I feel like I've made it to a certain spot that I don't want people to speak to me. That's not it. I'm just a human, and some days I do have bad days where I'm just like, I hope nobody sees me. My haircut appointment is not until tomorrow.
Listen.
I have on my dirty shoes. These are my workout shoes. And then I'm like, the meme of the raccoon sitting in the dirty room when company come over without announcing themselves. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it's something. And dating dating's it's a tricky one.
What is that?
What's dating?
I don't know what a date is anymore. I do not know how to date because I never know who someone is interested in.
Yeah.
Because even the people that do want to know Donovan and love Donovan and fall in love with Donovan, they can only take DAYA so much. Whether it's the costumes or the constantly having something to do or like I'll be out to dinner and I literally had a guy leave me at a restaurant one time. We were sitting there and in that one setting, 3 different groups of people came up to speak. And it wasn't even like, oh my God, there. It was just
Yeah.
like, hey. And he's like, we're literally trying to talk, and I can't get a sentence out because
Yeah.
people keep stopping to speak. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
outside of DAYA, I've taught everybody's child in Columbia between the
Yes.
ages of 20 and 10 right now.
Yes. Yes.
Like, life is hard.
Yeah.
So,
It's tricky. It's tricky. I went on a I went on a date,
mhm,
and we went to see this jazz. I'm sorry, they were a quartet at the Coker Center,
mhm,
and I walk in, and it's like dark because we got there late, and I got up. I was standing up and I was clapping, and the lights came on, and then they took a break from the show. I don't know. Every person on the right wing behind me was like,
mhm,
and like by the fourth person, I started to feel, and I felt this so many times before, but I started to feel almost embarrassed because I'm like, and one lady literally taps the guy that I was with, and she's like, "Is that James Patrick?" And he looks like he's like, "Yeah,"
mhm.
and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like I just wanted to like I'm so grateful and I'm so aggravated at the same time. Like I don't want to. How do I say stop asking about me? But it's the public, and you gotta satiate their appetite to a degree.
Right.
You mentioned going to moving being, I mean, which was a really big.
That
That
was
was a
crazy.
big. That was crazy. That was crazy.
30
Like
days. I had no plan.
you did it. You did that.
But tomorrow's not promised, so.
Would you say that was one of the biggest decisions you've ever made that has propelled, because obviously you being there helped propel DAYA into a even greater stratosphere. Would you say that's one of the bigger things you've done that you're so grateful you did?
That just made me really emotional because I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But I have to say yes because I don't think I would be. I'm not going to say I don't think I would be doing this had I not moved. But I know for a fact, and I will say this every chance I get, had I not walked into that club and had that personal interaction with Megan to see how easy it could be,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm seeing it right here
Mm-hmm.
versus just seeing it on TV or social media,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have had the courage to just say, oh, this is easy. I can try this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And honestly, I was only in Texas for 4 months because my grandfather got sick and I wanted to fly home. And flights were like $1,000 because it was around the holidays.
Uh-huh.
So I drove back. And I drove all the way from San Antonio, Texas. And when I got into Lexington, South Carolina, an 18-wheeler hit me in the back of my little car.
Are you shitting me?
And I was determined to go back to Texas. I said, Texas is home.
Yeah.
But my sister was like, mom's been really sad because my uncle had passed
Yeah.
the year before. She was like, mom's been really sad since you left. You should come back home. I was like, you know what? And I do miss my family. So that's
Yeah.
how I ended up back. But had I never left, I don't think I would have had that push to
Mm-hmm.
just try.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary. It's scary, scary, scary. I went to school. Georgia said that they would pay my tuition, so I went to school for to become a medical esthetician
Mhm.
last year. And I was scared. I'm scared to. There's no financial backing, aside from me and myself. To drive up and down 20 twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it for 8 months, 8.5 months. Taking chances is just so scary. But there's something on the event horizon that's like
You hope, you
you
pray.
hope and you pray, and you've got to feel that magnetic connection between what you can't see but what is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though you have to have a delusional amount of like optimism.
Oh, that's life. Like if you live in this lane all the time, you will take yourself and make you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem being delusional to a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
because again, you only get one life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a hourglass to know when the sand is gonna run out.
Mm-hmm.
If I spend every day trying to do what right, not necessarily morally. I try to be a good person morally, but if I do things that only make sense, I'll never learn, I'll never experience.
Yeah.
And so I live in delusion.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that.
With no
Like,
problem. I'm not ashamed of it.
whether it's the outfit I want to wear or the man I want to date, if I'm happy today with you,
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy today. Now,
Yeah.
if we get into it tomorrow, that's tomorrow, but I'm not there yet. But in
Right.
this moment,
This present
you
moment,
want to go to the
baby.
Golden Corral or you
Yeah.
want to go to the steakhouse, I'm going with you.
Yeah,
And I
let's
don't care
go.
what my friends and family say. I'm in delusion right now and I'm happy
Yes.
about it.
Happy
As long
about
as I'm not hurting myself or hurting you,
it. Yes.
delusional.
Delusional for 100, Alex. Please.
For 25. For $1. You want me to be delusional for $1 and you're going to make me smile?
Yes. Come on.
Can't hear.
Let's go. I'm down for life's experiences. And that is what I think that's part of the ego death that we don't really address, and the that growth that takes place has to come with a bit of an ego death. But in that, you understand that you've got to make space for the fact that opportunity is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And inspiration can be found anywhere. And what you're looking for and who you need to become sometimes is the prize on the other side.
Right.
And sometimes it's not financial necessarily. Sometimes it's not a physical takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's self-evolution. And, I admire people who have stepped outside of their home state for whatever reason, and decided to go forth and do something, whether it worked in their favor, whether it was a blessing or a lesson. I think that there's always something to clap for yourself about. What are some of your biggest inspirations?
Right now, my biggest inspiration would have to be my children, King Ty, Cuban Royal, Juju Andin, and Jay. Jay's danced with me these past few shows, and when I look at them, I see how hungry they are, and I see how dedicated they are, and it reminds me of how hungry I was at one point. And I mean, I'm still hungry, but I also realize that I've been doing this for a while, and I don't feel like I'm getting old, but I feel like I'm ready to step back into a new era. Like, I want to coach. I want to take my sons and push them past where I was, because I've already learned some of the lessons that they may have to learn if they don't have me. And so they motivate me to stay relevant and stay on stage because I'm the mother of the house. But they also motivate me to stay in shape and stay active and stay current. And then right behind them, it would be Beyonce. And I hate saying that because I feel like that's everybody's answer. But she really is the entertainer of my time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I love Michael, love Tina, love everybody that came before Beyonce. And I love Doja Cat. I think Doja Cat is so
amazing,
dope. And she's just it to me. But why not go for the highest?
Yeah.
So
yeah, she's always been. I mean, she's always been ahead of herself. I was listening. I don't hear people talk about this album much at all, really. But it was The Gift, The Lion King. That fucking
I was gonna say,
album,
let me guess, and I was going to say that one, but I said no because I would hate to be wrong on camera. But I agree.
That album is and it's so good because she ain't on every song.
It's art.
It's art.
I did not make this for streams, numbers, and money. I made this from my heart. It's art.
Oh my God! And then you see they had the biography or whatever, and you see like how she flew people from Africa and from all over the country, all over the world to just add this repeat. What was that?
People who didn't even know who she was. She had to introduce herself like it's the art of what it is. Yeah.
The guys who Ricky Robo Rebe Boboskibo Robi Rebi, that like they didn't even know her. They were like, we did not know Beyonce.
There you go.
I was like, what? But that it I kind of hate saying that too, like, oh, Beyonce is one of my biggest. But shit, she is
Because it just
like,
sounds so cliche. But it's just like, if not her, then who?
the who? The who? No, but for real, who?
I don't
And
have an answer. That's why I said her.
mm, that's yeah, and I'm not ashamed of it. I have drawn a lot. I mean, and there was a specific era, like the Beyonce album,
Mm-hmm.
where she was getting darker and a little more
Mm-hmm.
grungy, and talking about sitting his ass on you, and there was just she showed range
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking at. Like, that's the art that I'm searching for, and I think that's what we needed as younger creatives.
Mm-hmm.
And in that respect, I want to ask you how difficult it's been surviving as a queer creative in South Carolina, like coming back from Texas, where there was maybe a more liberation, maybe a bigger gay
Mm-hmm.
community, more welcoming inclusion.
Texas definitely has a way more welcoming community.
Yeah.
They have so many more options to grow in everything that you do because it's so big and it's so
Mm-hmm.
many people. Um, Here, and maybe it's me still living in my delusion.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really experienced much hardship, but I
Mm-hmm.
also don't really entertain negativity or
Mm-hmm.
BS.
Mm-hmm.
And so it may be right in my face, and I'm just like looking past, like, okay, girl, I see you, but next.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anything that I decide I want to do, if it's in the budget, I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's not in the budget, I'm going to probably DIY it.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for, and I say that as broad as you can think about it. Like, just take my birthday, for example. I There was a show that I've done so many times, and it's typically one of my biggest shows of the year. And this past year, my rehearsals, like, I don't play. That
Mm-hmm.
show is always the end of June. We close out Pride Month with it.
Mm-hmm.
My rehearsals for that show usually start last weekend of February, first weekend of March. And people
Mm-hmm.
are like, it's not that serious. Why are you da 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 da? Well, because I want it to be great.
Yeah.
And if you want it to be great, you have to rehearse it forwards and backwards so you
Mm-hmm.
can know what might happen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when I rehearse, I know where my laughs are in a
Mm-hmm.
set. I know
Mm-hmm.
where the winks are in a set.
Mm-hmm.
So I say all of that to say I put so much preparation, so much time. I had a 5-piece band, had backup singers, 3 outfit changes, stuff that we're throwing out into the crowd. I was supposed to have a 19-foot lift that I had already paid the deposit for because,
Mm-hmm.
again, when everybody gets mad at me is, are you a Beyonce wannabe? No, I am Beyonce. So now we're going up in the air.
Up
Welcome
in
to
the air.
Dubai.
What's up, bitch?
So after all of that, about 40 days before the show, we're in May,
Mm-hmm.
I get a phone call that I have been removed from the list of performers. And that hurt my feelings so bad because once I found out why I was removed, it had nothing to do with me.
Politics.
But I was able to, and I'm not ashamed to say it because if I want something, I'm going to get it done. I was able to beg and plead and show receipts like I'm prepared. I've been in preparation,
Mm-hmm.
all the way down to, again, even with this 5-piece band, these 5 backup dancers, these costumes that I've paid for, these props that I've paid
Mm-hmm.
for, this hair appointment I've set,
Mm-hmm.
and all of these hours we've spent in rehearsal. Like, sometimes my dancers meet at Dance South, shout out to Joy, at 7 p.m. and we don't leave out of that studio till 12 a.m. in the morning.
Mm.
So all of the hours we've put in, just let me do this show one last time and I'll do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, okay. However, that hurt my feelings so bad I threw a festival for my birthday because you can't just tell me no.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute I got that no from something that I was so passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw my own.
Mm-hmm.
Now it may not be because that show. I think this year we may have done like 18,000 people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
I know I can't. I'm not gonna say I can't. Let me knock on some wood. I knew that the goal was not to have 20,000 people at my birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
but I did have 400 people at my birthday party this year
Hell, come on.
at the DAYA Fest at my
Mm-hmm.
own festival. So
Yes.
to tie it back in,
It's
being
amazing.
in the thank you, and we gave away $1,200 in scholarships to HBCU students.
Oh my God.
But. But being in the South, I don't let negativity stop me.
Yeah.
A no does not mean no. A no means do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents will tell you that. Like, my motto has always been do what you want and then apologize if you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Even to my mama and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that they allowed me to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do as long as I wasn't hurting myself or hurting my sister, because it made me not be afraid to do or try anything in my adult life. So
I love that.
thank you.
I love that, and you can't. I'm so glad that you came from a foundation that was so sturdy. You know, and that's not something that every little black gay boy or queer boy can say that they came from. You know, and we both have friends that, you know, near and far, that have had much worse, you know, upbringings than, you know, I could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
I think I see a lot of what adults went through as children more so in the dating world, because
Oh
I
God,
can
yes.
see, okay, and my therapist has always said you're looking at the adult, but you're dating the child, and that's
Oh my
something.
goodness, I just had that conversation yesterday.
It's a real, you know, you're dating a 12-year-old, or you're dating a 14-year-old, or you're dating, you know, and that when the tantrums happen, when the malicious, you know, and oh, that is the child. So anyway, I'm so glad that, and I think that I know that that upbringing, and not having those foundational structures, um, can create so much chaos in a person's adult life. It's hard enough growing up and dating same sex, because we didn't grow up seeing, you know, healthy same sex relationships. Right. You know what I mean? If you grew up in my area, you were watching like Noah's Ark, or, you know, if you had Showtime, you know, you were watching Queer as Folk, and, you know, the watching lesbians on the L Word, or that
and
was
you also really didn't have a chance to practice.
Yeah.
Like I tell my straight homegirls when they ask questions, I was like, well, it was okay for y'all to have boyfriends in the 5th grade.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't have my real boyfriend, like my real first boyfriend, until I was 17 years old. So I missed that whole 10 years of courting in high school, and that's my girlfriend, that's my boyfriend. Like I didn't have that. And so a lot of gay men start late, and they really don't learn to date until they're 30.
Yes.
And, you know, so
that's so crazy though when you put it in that perspective, because it's like a lot of gay men, you know, we don't even start off like, you know, little girls, little boys, when they're, you know, they have a girlfriend, and they're in their 4th, 5th,
and your parents are buying little Valentine's Day gifts for them and
you know what I'm
stuff.
saying? I remember I was dating this little white girl named Amy, and I was in like the 4th grade, 3rd grade, and my mom just thought it was so cute. Right. You know what I mean? But I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was actually 17. Yeah, I was 17, because he was going to Benedict. And I mean, when you think about it, children have always had that prerequisite of like dating or courting, and we never really got that. So it was so much self-guidance that went along, and you pray to God you don't wind up in some shit that you can't get yourself out of in the meantime, in between time. So
and you spend like the first 9 years deciding what you like. Do I like feminine guys? Do I like masculine guys? Am I feminine? Am I masculine? Like it's really crazy how America tries to demonize being gay. And it's just like, if I had a choice, why do you think I would choose to be the two things everybody seems to hate, black and gay? This is not a choice. This is my life. The choice I made is to love me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't choose to be two things that I know could either get me shot, killed, or stop me from having opportunities.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's a two-way street for me, because it's like I would not choose it, but then like I love it also, because I have been able to bring so much awareness about like queer people to I call them the straights, to the straights. You know what I mean? I've been able to like, okay, queer people are teachers, and we, you know, help take care of your children during the day, and we, you know, we comb your wife's nappy ass hair. And, you know what I mean?
Your fashion, your dance moves, your music.
We control, you know, a lot of us are your assistants, or, you know, your senators, or we are everywhere. And many of us are very proud of that, and don't have an issue with letting you or nobody else know. Right. You know, I think that you have to have a certain toughness, especially here. You know, you got to be either very proud and stand on all 10, or you just need to, be DL. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just
And I'm gonna choose the latter.
I'm just the latter.
I'm gonna be very proud every time.
Very much proud. Very much. I'm not a cockroach. Very much. Very much. I don't come out in the dark.
Gonna snatch this picture off the wall.
Very much so.
No cockroaches here.
No cockroaches here, baby. What are some upcoming projects you have?
Okay. This is the exclusive because I love you.
Exclusive.
When is this coming out? So I can kind of help myself.
Next year. Next week.
Oh,
next
okay.
week.
Well,
Yeah.
we heard it here first. I am re-releasing my first album, 27. I'm in the process of re-recording some of my favorite songs, taking a few of the songs off that I don't resonate with.
Love it.
I've taken like a 2-month hiatus from social media, just trying to get my mind together, get myself together, get this rollout together. And this is going to be the announcement. So stay tuned for 27, the Black Edition, coming out soon.
Yes. I love it.
Wow, that's the first time I've said that out loud. Surprise. I guess it really has to happen now. We're here. Okay.
Yeah, you're here. You're here. I love it.
My heart is beating so fast.
I love
because
it.
now I can't take it back, but I don't want to. No. So this is what needed to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful that you made time to come and be on my podcast. I'm always so excited for what you have coming up and what you're just doing.
Thank you.
Every time I see you, I remember one time I was living downtown and I was riding my bike. I used to ride all downtown and I would and I forgot that Pride was even going on, child. I got on the bike and I'm like, damn, it's a lot of people. I thought it was the Latin festival. And I heard your music from Elmwood, which was blocks away from where you really were, and I heard like a remnant of a chorus that I remembered hearing, and I was like, wait.
I have that video in my phone.
Are you serious? And I pulled
when you pulled up.
Yes. I mean, I was like, I got to see him.
I was so fat then. Oh my God. I literally just saw that video this morning looking for videos of my sister dancing and performing with me. And I saw that video of us. It's literally in my phone.
Really? Oh my God.
And that was like pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. Crazy. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and please give the people your information. How can they contact you? All your socials. Everything for me is very simple. I like to keep it simple. It's my name, DAYA Carter, DAYACARTERR on all social media. For booking info, it's the same thing, DayaCarter@gmail.com. That's the best way to do it. It's easy to find you. It's my name. It's his name. Now, CARTERR. 2 R's. 2 R's. Double R. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Black Queer Culture Show. I'm your host, James Patrick, and I look forward to rocking with you guys again soon. Thank you.